And now Azumarill will either call a truce or an unconditional surrender. So, ladies, if a man is using war metaphors to describe romance, that's a red flag.
Red flag. Hell yeah, gotta get that. Woo, woo. Dance energy, like Totodile. Dance the steps of love.
Woo, woo.
Yeah. All right, ready to go?
Brrr. Yeah, I think it's
You know what?
right?
That can be the intro, because that's fun. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Totodile week. It's my episode, Graham.
Totodile.
Shut up, it's my episode. 76. I opened the podcast. Mom said it's my turn with the opening. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. To Kill A Delibird, where we watch Pokemon anime, we recap it, we talk about it. It's a great time. It's been a long time. 76 weeks. Most podcasts don't make it past 10 episodes. Look at us. We haven't missed a fucking week in 76. Pretty sweet. I'm Kellan. I know Pokemon. I play a lot of Pokemon. But my co-host, Graham, doesn't know Pokemon. Graham, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
And it's not because of my absence of Pokemon knowledge. I've been picking up Pokemon knowledge along the way, and it has been fun. I even recommended a Pokemon game to a friend this week. Because, friends kind of, know me through other people kind of thing. Some of them think that I'm like a Pokemon fanatic because they're like, he's got a Pokemon podcast. He must be obsessed.
Yeah, you talk about it on the internet every week. I think I have reason to believe.
No, Kellan's the one that's obsessed. I'm the one who's just a loser. Don't you know the difference?
You got to put it in your work bios. Graham is a co-host of a Pokemon podcast, but he doesn't actually know anything. He's the one that is dumb about it. And that's all you're having in your bio. It's the only important thing, really.
Right? That's what people got to know.
Yeah. You're a white guy with podcasts. It's important
They asked me what Pokemon game to get on the Switch.
Oh.
Tough question.
In terms of the main lines?
They didn't clarify.
Oh, well, if that's the case, new Snap is pretty fun.
Okay, so I give options. Of course, you got to give options. So I said,
I love options.
I said, for open worlds, one of the favorites is Arceus.
Oh, yeah, that's the good one.
And then I said, but if you just want something cute, new Snap is insanely adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And if you gotta go traditional, I was like, maybe Sword and Shield, because Scarvy's supposed to be a good game, but it's got tons of graphical.
Yeah.
So that's what I communicated, and they went with Arceus.
It's tough to recommend a mainline game. Arceus is the best one, but it's not traditional Pokemon. It's a lot different.
Right.
In terms of your traditional main series, they've all got bad things. Let's Go is really good for little kids, I think, and people who've literally never played Pokemon. It's a good jumping off point in terms of the Pokemon mechanics, because it doesn't throw everything at you. So you can kind of slowly work your way in, because they're if you jump into Pokemon head first these days, there is a lot to learn.
Okay.
So Let's Go is that, but it's mainly meant for kids. It's best for them. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl are ass. Just play Platinum, it's better. Emulate it if you have to. I mean, find an official copy if you have to. Sword and Shield are just kind of eh. They're a handheld Pokemon game on the Switch, and it doesn't really work that well.
Okay.
They just didn't do enough to make it feel like a console game. The wild area is there, but it's weak. I don't like the wild area. I think that's kind of a hot take. I think it's very, very poorly done. And then, Scarlet and Violet are probably the best gameplay-wise, but they run like shit. If you don't care about performance, Scarlet and Violet are the way to go. But for overall good game, it's Legends.
Well, that's what I recommended.
Yeah.
Counterpoint to your Sword and Shield criticism, though. Wooloo and Curry.
That is true. That is very true.
Is true.
Wooloo is pretty adorable. We love Wooloo.
We love Wooloo. But I haven't played Sword or Shield. So
yeah, you're not missing much.
I haven't played any of the Switch Pokemon games besides New Pokemon Snap.
You should try Legends. It's very fun.
Okay, yeah, that is the one I think I'll try at some point.
The only thing that's wrong with it is that it looks bad. The graphics aren't very good, but the gameplay is very, very fun.
There's aspects of the graphics I like.
Yeah.
I've watched some of your, I think when you were playing it or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's cool to just run around and throw Pokeballs at Pokemon. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that seems sick. So, only thing I wanted to, I guess that was my thing. But the other thing I wanted to tell you about, I don't know. Do you got anything you wanted to talk about this week?
No, not really. I'm
before
tired.
We get into it. Okay, the only other thing I wanted to let you know, me and my wife have been on a Star Trek binge. We finished The Next Generation, which is like an incredible show. Very well written. A lot of sci-fi fans are probably like, yeah, we know Graham. Everybody loves TNG. But I just like hadn't really, I'd only seen like the odd episode or something. So watched all of TNG. So now we've gone back to watch original series. And holy cow, like original series is from the 60s. And it is something, Kellan. There's so many cool ideas. And the foundation is all there for like what Star Trek becomes. But like you can tell that this is like one of the first TV sci-fi things ever.
I didn't realize it was that old.
It's very old. Yeah. So there is a part. I think it's episode like 5 or 6 of the first season. There's this episode where they're going down to this planet, and the whole thing is that like some dust from the planet like jams the transporter. So when they come back up, things are getting duplicated, but they're not duplicated. They're opposited. So Kirk gets split into good Kirk and evil Kirk.
Classic.
And, yeah. But how they first figure out that this duplication is happening is on the planet, the surface of the planet, they discover an alien creature and bring it back up as a specimen. This alien creature, Kellan, I shit you not, is literally just like a Jack Russell Terrier in like a little furry suit with a horn taped to its head.
That's a weird sounding Pokemon.
Yeah. Like it's just a dog. And like maybe on the old TVs in black and white or something. Like I know I think it was shot in color, but like a lot of people would have had black and white TVs at the time. Like maybe you couldn't really tell. Maybe you're like, what is that? Is it a creature? But like it's clearly just a dog. And they're like, this alien specimen. They're just holding a dog.
I love
so
scuffed
funny.
old television like that. That's
Me
so
too.
funny.
Me too. I kind of live for stuff like that. Like that just, oh man, I couldn't get over how awesome that was.
Speaking of that Star Trek, did you know that William Shatner is 93?
I mean, there you go.
He
like,
looks insanely good for 93.
He sure does. He
looks like 70.
I mean, that kind of adds up to how old the show is then, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of the other stars on it aren't alive anymore.
Yeah.
I think.
No, like
Nimoy's Scotty's gone. Leonard Nimoy's
gone.
Dead. Bones has been gone for a long time. I don't know about Lieutenant Uhura or George Takei. And I know
George Takei is alive.
There. George Takei's alive.
Yeah.
Nichelle Nichols, who plays Uhura, she passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I follow George Takei on Facebook. So.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah. Lore bit for you.
All right. Well, that's all I had before we get into it. Well, I guess that's not true. Let's get to the bit. This one's quick because we got a triple this week.
Got a lot.
We're gonna go over 3 episodes this week. Kellan, you want to let us know what episodes those are?
Today we are looking at episode 153, the Totodile Duel, or in Japanese, Who Gets to Keep Waninoko? Satoshi versus Kasumi. Episode 154, Hot Matches, or in Japanese, Airmed versus Hinorashi, Steel Wing. And episode 155, Love Totodile Style, or in Japanese, the best name, Dance Waninoko, Dance the Steps of Love.
That's the best name ever.
So good.
That's such a good name. So, Kellan, this is like not really that concise of an order, not that precise of an order, I should say. These are the top 10 crocodile or alligator inspired characters from media, okay? Obviously, only things I'm familiar with, and I'm excluding Pokemon because we're already talking
because
about
Totodile
that.
would be number 1.
Totodile would be really high. And then there's also that sand crocodile from Black and White you made me catch.
Oh, Crocodile's cool, yeah.
Well, I gotta hit up someone you'll know. Vector the crocodile
Hell
from
yeah.
Sonic. So
cool.
When did Vector come in? Do you know? Is he like a
Knuckles Chaotix
32X character? That's what I was wondering. Like, we could be totally wrong. We're speaking out of our axe. I know that's where the chameleon came in. It was like Knuckles and that chameleon tied together. But I think Vector came in that era too. I'm not 100% sure.
C is pretty cool. I always loved Team Chaotix when I played it at Sonic Heroes.
Sonic
as a kid.
Heroes.
I loved all 3 of these. First appearance, yeah, Knuckles Chaotix.
On the 32X?
Yep,
Very
32X.
nice. All right, well, continuing video games. What about Croc? Do you know who Croc is?
Rock.
That's
Give
the
me the
name of the game. Also,
Oh,
yeah,
never
yeah.
mind then. No, I don't
CROC. That's the name of the game, and it was like PS1. It might have even started on the Saturn. They're very early 3D platformers. They're the kind of game that, like, if you hear about discourse and reviews about them nowadays, like, apparently the game sucks ass. But I actually saw it on PS1 as a kid and thought it looked amazing. Like, I remember being blown away.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at pictures of it. Yeah, I recognize this box art. Yeah,
There's also this weird,
cute little guy.
convoluted story about they'd apparently developed it as a pitch for Nintendo, first of all, to make a 3D Yoshi game. And then Nintendo said they didn't take them up on it. They didn't want to make it. So they, like, pivoted and made it with different assets.
He's changed his lower jaw and we're like, fuck it, run with it. Go.
Exactly.
He's a crocodile now.
Right.
Yeah, that looks
Well,
cute
I'm
little guy.
video game obsessed. So another one before we get to some other media. Lizzie from Rampage. Well, more of a giant lizard, I guess. But
yeah.
you know Rampage, the arcade game?
I've heard of
a monkey, there's like a rat, and then
Yeah.
there's like Lizzie. And you can eat people.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some movies. Okay, what about Peter Pan? We've got the crocodile that eats Hook's hands. He's memorable.
Yeah,
I don't know his name.
He did a good thing, so.
And then he like eats a clock or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't remember what the clock thing's about.
Someone will know.
He becomes an alarm croc.
Oh, killed it, Kellan.
All right,
you're like a early morning DJ with that one.
Heyo.
Crazy Kellan in the mornings.
Crazy Kellan in the douche.
Fart noise, yeah. Okay. The Adam Sandler movie Happy Gilmore. There is a crocodile featured prominently in that. The croc from Happy Gilmore, who eats Chubb's hand, and then Adam Sandler gets the croc's head and shows it to Chubbs, and Chubbs falls out of a window in shock and dies.
Spoilers, wow.
I don't think I'm allowed to spoil Happy Gilmore, right? No?
I mean, it's our podcast. We can do whatever the hell we want.
We can do whatever we want.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Okay. Oh my God, he does kill him? Okay. Okay, what about Jumanji? There's that part where there's a flood inside the mansion and there's these humongous crocodiles. How about those crocodiles?
Did you know the Safari guy is the same actor as the dad and is representative of the kids' fears and feeling like they're not good enough for dad?
Yeah, I did know that, but
crazy.
I hope that you blew somebody's mind. There's probably someone sitting there that's like, "Oh my God!"
All right, what number are we on? You're not giving me the numbers.
Yeah, I'm not giving you the numbers. They're less important this time.
But I
don't know
gotta
what
know.
number we're on. I had one more movie.
I got to
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, there's a movie all about giant crocodiles. Lake Placid.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I thought you were gonna go Crocodile Dundee.
Well, too easy. Too easy. It's in the title. Lake Placid is about really, really, really big crocodiles, though. Like the size of buses.
Really big crocodiles?
Really big crocodiles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and they eat people. It's one of those
Good for them.
kind of stupid creature horror movies.
Yes.
Like Anaconda or
Sharknado.
Yeah, Sharknado's stupider. Like I think that or Sharktopus, you know, that those are the times when they realize
Jurassic Shark.
how stupid the genre is. What's that one?
It's a low budget B movie and it's terrible.
Nice. Okay, let's switch gears then back to the nerd world. So from One Piece, one of my favorites. I think this is my top 3 now, Kellan. Yeah, sure. We're in the top 3. Let's say that. From One Piece, Sir Crocodile. He's one of the 7 warlords of the sea. He has, I don't remember the name of his devil fruit, but he can turn into sand. His whole story arc is very cool. Lots of politics. What a badass. He's always smoking a cigar and he's got a bunch of crocodile in a tank. And when Luffy punches him in the anime, they play Dvorak's New World Symphony, the motif from that, and it kicks ass. Sir Crocodile.
Very good. I don't know who that is. Very cool.
Yeah, but he's awesome. You'd like him.
I'll take
if
your
you were
word
in a
for
One
it.
Piece. Yeah. You won't know this next one either, maybe, but this is number 2 from Mega Man X2.
Yeah, no,
we
I
have
don't.
Wheel Gator. He's a boss who is a gator, and he's got wheels, and he has to stop Mega Man.
That sounds like not a crocodile.
That's a crocodile or alligator.
Oh, did you? I missed that part.
Yeah. But most of these have been more explicitly crocodiles, I guess.
Yeah, all right.
So
Well,
that's good. That's good.
if you said it, then
Who do you think my number 1 is?
Alligator from the Garbage Pail Kids.
I don't know what that is.
I'm sending you a photo.
Okay. I've realized a lot of our podcast is both of us being like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Like to each other's references.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a photo and I don't know what the fuck that is, Kellan. Is that like that show Dinosaurs?
No. Garbage Pail Kids was an old, like trading card game thing. The joke was that every character is disgusting and horrible, and you would never want them in the first place. And then they made a really shitty movie out of it, where the puppets like sometimes malfunction and don't work. Like this alligator character.
It's kind of incredible.
Most of the time, like his lower jaw is just open because the mechanism isn't working, and so he's just walking around with an open mouth. Yeah.
Huh.
No,
cool.
Number 1 is King K. Rool, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Number 1's King K. Rool. Yeah. You guessed it.
Look at that. Nice. That's like the first time I've ever done that. 75. So it took 76 weeks, but I did it. Go me.
From Donkey Kong Country. Well, I think we both agree. We both like Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah.
So
give me a new Donkey Kong Country game, cowards.
It's been 10 years since Tropical Freeze.
And it's
like,
so
I'm not counting and Funky Kong as a new game.
No, re-releases don't count. Hi, it's me in editing. We recorded this episode way earlier than normal because of scheduling issues. We recorded it before the Nintendo Direct, and I just want to say that Nintendo, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is not what I meant when I said I wanted a new Donkey Kong Country game. It's a good game, but I wanted a new one.
Yeah, Tropical Freeze is incredible.
So
that was
good.
like a top game.
My favorite 2D platformer ever.
And I don't even think that's a hot take.
No.
Like you say that, I don't know if it's mine. I'd have to think a lot, but like I think that's just super valid.
Such a good
it's
game.
So good. Yeah.
All right, Crocodile Dundee, baby. That list is Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, nailed it.
All right, let's jump into the Totodile Duel, shall we?
Yeah, episode 153, the Totodile Duel.
This is a fun episode. I like this one.
And the gang is fishing on the river. I like this episode. Yeah,
Pikachu and Togepi are fishing too. So cute.
That's very cute.
How's Togepi gonna reel anything in? That's so silly. Come on.
Togepi, when Togepi's doing stuff, they look like they don't care if they do it correctly. They're just so happy to be part of it.
Togepi is happy to be alive at every moment.
Exactly.
That's what we love about Togepi. She's just the cutest little thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, they're on a fishing break. Ash is very bored by it. Misty's like all about it. Ash is like, well, I could have caught 10 Pokemon by now. Ash, please. Let's be realistic here. You catch a Pokemon every like 10 episodes.
Yeah, I know. You'd have to be fishing for a long time for that to be
for
true.
A show that had Gotta Catch 'Em All in the original theme song. The main character sure doesn't.
Because that's why they changed theme songs.
Yeah. They're like,
gotta catch a few Pokemon.
So, Misty thinks there'll only be another hour, though, if they're quiet. So the problem is they're not being quiet at all. Brock's using a meatball as bait. It's not working, it would seem. It should, though. I think meatballs should work. Fish need to learn...
Yeah, maybe.
Fish need to learn more culinary foods and whatnot.
It's like a picky fish. Or like a fish with some really strict dietary restrictions. Is that a gluten-free meatball?
Is it natural? Are there any added preservatives?
Yeah.
She reels something in because it's biting. She's reeling it in. We see Totodile peeking from the bushes, and she reels in a tea kettle. Womp womp. Brock thinks, can you throw that back and get a coffee maker? Ha ha ha.
What a dad joke.
Yeah, right.
That was a very okay, Brock. I guess you got someone pregnant last episode. Damn.
Please, no one would let him near that. Let's be real.
Okay, in Pokemon Horizons or something, does they ever reveal that Brock has kids all over Kanto and Johto? Oh, that's a bad joke.
I haven't seen Horizons, so I can't tell you, but
shout us out of the comments.
I'm gonna say yes.
You think Brock has
funny.
Kids all over Johto and Kanto?
So Misty then whips out the mini Misty lure, which we've seen something like this. It's not the exact same.
Yeah, there was a previous episode where she showed something like this.
I don't think it's the exact same as I think she called it the Misty Special or something, or it was called the Kasumi Special in Japanese.
Kasumi Special.
Because this one's got 3 fingers up, it's not doing the peace sign, it's holding 3 fingers up.
Oh, it's evolved. It's Mark 3.
Oh, there you go. And so she whips that out. Ash and Brock think it's scary for some reason, but and then she goes off about loving water Pokemon, the shit we've heard before.
Yeah, she has a whole monologue. I didn't write it down. I can look it up if we pull sweet sentences. Oh, but I don't know if I really like it that much.
Nah,
it's good, but it's also okay, Misty. I was kind of snoozing.
Yeah, I was just we hear this every 4 episodes.
Yeah,
we get it, Misty.
all right.
You like water Pokemon. But
Yeah,
in
me too.
in the Japanese, apparently, this was her praying to the god of water Pokemon to achieve her
Oh.
goals, which would have been so much better.
And who is the god of water Pokemon?
It's Psyduck, probably.
Oh, dear Psyduck, bless us with your water guns and your complete lack of memory. That is what we need.
In terms of, well, the god of water Pokemon would probably be the water Pokemon with the highest stats.
Oh, that's how it works?
I think
Gods in the
so.
Pokemon world are like a tribal thing? Like, who is the strongest?
I mean, it's all the evidence I can go off of. The water Pokemon with the highest stats would be Primal Kyogre. So that one.
That's what I was going to guess.
Actually.
Actually. I was going to say, and I think this is right. I was going to say, what about the blue thing on the cover of Sapphire? Is that right?
Yeah.
Kinda?
Yeah. Actually, I would go Palkia, because it is like a god of space, and it's also a water type.
That's
So,
the Pearl?
That's Pearl, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the Diamond and Pearl ones are just like straight gods of time and space.
Yeah,
So.
time and space. Yeah,
And then
I remember
Giratina's
that,
like
which is
the
badass.
devil.
Which one's Giratina?
The platinum.
Platinum?
Yeah.
Ah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna say Palkia. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Nobody asked, but I'm gonna go with that.
I asked.
So Totodile jumps out of the water. He's dancing around, being cute. This is our featured Pokemon this episode. It's Totodile. We've seen him before, but I would watch Totodile every episode. He's so fucking cute.
We have met him, but this Totodile has like a distinct personality,
Yeah.
and we'll get to know more about it over these episodes. Dancing is part of it. He's a show-off. He likes to have fun. The Dex calls him the Big Jaw Pokemon.
Big jaw. Take a big bite. So Misty wants to catch it, because, it's a water Pokemon. Ash
So
wants
does
to
Ash.
catch it, because it's a Pokemon.
Because it's a Pokemon.
That's the end of the sentence, yep. But so Misty launches her fishing rod, casts her fishing rod, that's the word. Lands the mini Misty in its mouth, and it just like spits it out. No.
And then winks at
Winks
Misty,
at her. That was cute.
which is kind of funny.
Misty just loves it. She's in love, but Ash jumps
she's
in.
like so cute.
Pikachu thundershocks it, and he throws the ball. He lands it in the ball, and Ash and Misty argue about how, was that fair or not. It doesn't matter, because it breaks out of the ball and dances around.
Yeah, and then just starts to like make friends with Pikachu.
Yeah, it's so cute. I fucking love Totodile.
He's nice. Yeah. I like how the 3 Johto starters now have very distinct personalities.
Yes.
And I think Totodile might be my favorite.
It's so cute.
At least he's easy to like. Yeah.
I've said it before, but like all of the Johto starters are best. I think in terms of the starting stages, the middle stages, and the final evolutions, Johto is the best set of starters. I love all 9 of them to death.
Johto's strong. Yeah.
And I can't say that about any other generation. So
not even original? I'd say all the original 9.
I'm not a huge fan of Wartortle.
Oh. I like Wartortle.
Or Blastoise. I don't know.
Oh,
Blastoise doesn't do
Blastoise.
it for me.
But he's got cannons on his back.
Yeah,
he's almost a
I know.
Digimon.
I know.
That's awesome.
But I don't know. It doesn't do it for me.
And then when he Mega Evolves, he gets even more guns.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. Blastoise just don't do it. And Charizard I've just seen too much of.
Yeah.
Because it gets everything. 2 fucking Megas and a Gigantamax, and it's Leon's Pokemon in Sword and Shield when they could have used any other fucking Pokemon for once in their goddamn lives.
Charizard's very popular.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I love all the Johto starters. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, he bounces out, makes friends with Pikachu. Misty tries to catch it now. He jumps out of the way of the ball and hits them all with the giant water gun, blowing them back, and swims off.
Mm-hmm.
Like a silly little guy.
So Ash and Misty are arguing about who's going to get it, and so they're running after that, and then Brock and Togepi are following. They got to be the referee.
Yeah, did Brock grab the bags? I noticed Ash and Misty left the bags behind, but I didn't see Brock grab them.
Yeah, probably he's responsible,
Yeah.
but I didn't notice either.
Well, Totodile swims ashore. He's hungry. Thankfully, nearby Team Rocket are having a snack time.
Yeah, so they're eating some onigiri. They don't call them jelly donuts this
They
time.
do just call them a delicious but non-nutritious snack treat.
Right.
So.
So, okay.
Better than, I love jelly
evolving
donuts.
a little bit. Yeah.
Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. That line
Right.
just lives rent-free in my head over and
Nothing
over
beats a
on repeat.
jelly-filled donut
Yeah.
brought by Big Jelly Donut.
So
Buy them here and here.
Meowth's worried about getting fired, though, because they haven't brought a Pokemon
Yeah,
in.
he's sad.
I feel like if they haven't gotten fired by this point, I mean, they're never going to.
Yeah, does the boss even care about them? I don't know if the boss even knows they exist anymore.
But they start celebrating about something. I didn't really pay attention, but Totodile joins in on the celebration, which was cute.
Well, so they start chanting, sort of. They say they're messing up at the speed of light. We may mess up, but we do it right. And basically, Jesse and
Yeah.
James are so into this weird rhyme they're doing that then they have like a Sparklers and a Gyarados fan, and Wobbuffet's out, and they're all just vibing with Wobbuffet. And yeah, Totodile sees them vibing and starts to dance, and like they don't notice, like they're so dance focused.
Cute. So Jesse offers a snack to Meowth, who's moping around, being sad and all about getting fired. But before he can take it, Totodile chomps down on her hand. Uh-oh. She starts swinging him around.
And then another rice ball, too.
And she starts swinging him around on her arm. And Meowth's like, when Jesse's done with that spin cycle, we can take it to the boss. Good spin cycle joke, thank you.
Good spin cycle.
Totodile eats their snacks. Then they try to attack him, but he water guns them, sending them blasting off already, as they say.
Yeah, and then he just like laughs, but then he gets kind of sad.
Well, he's hungry.
Yeah.
That's what it seems to me.
I think he also had this point where he was kind of liking having new friends, and then he realized he blasted them.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so then Ash and Misty find him, and at the same time, and they are arguing about who gets to catch it. And he seems happy to see them, though. I think you're right about, he wants his friends. He wants new friends.
Yeah. He's a social animal.
Except he still fights his way out of trying to get caught. Or he doesn't get out of it, because we'll see. They argue about who's going to catch him. Misty's going to try the lure ball. And Ash is like, what? You're going to use the special apricorn ball that Kurt made for us? Thanks for recapping that episode, Ash.
I mean, that is kind of not a terrible way to do that sort of exposition.
It's still a long line for that.
It was a long line.
You're going to use that apricorn ball that we had Kurt made for us? Remember that guy in Azalea Town who we had to bring the GS ball to, who got from Professor Ivy in the Orange Islands, and we met Tracy, and then we had to bring it back to Oak, and I won the Orange League Championship? That lure ball, you're going to use that one?
And then Kurt was actually dressed up as a Slowpoke for a while, and Team Rocket attacked the Slowpoke well, and all the Slowpokes yawned, and then water came back, and then Kirk was like, took off his Slowpoke hat, and he was like, I'm Kurt.
That lure ball? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to use his too. So they're going to use both of these lure balls in this episode. And as we noted, the heavy ball Brock got never gets used. So this is the use of all of the apricorn balls now that we've seen.
He's got heavy enough balls as it is.
Am I right? Haha. But so they argue in their own halves of the screen about who saw it first and who gets to throw first, which was a funny little fourth wall break because they're like butting their screen up and down.
That's a nice animation touch. Yeah.
And so they throw the ball at the same time, and one of them hits Totodile, and they fall behind the bush, and Totodile's captured, but we don't know whose ball caught it.
Yeah, and that the issue is, like, I thought, well, walk me through this, Kellan.
Okay.
Because don't we know that, like, aren't the Pokeballs sort of attached to the people somehow?
We've known that, but there's also times where that doesn't seem to matter. Like
now.
When Lickitung got traded for Wobbuffet, like, those are trades that, like, seem to transfer ownership, it would seem.
That's right.
But then there are times where a Pokemon will get caught by someone, and they'll just be like, here, you have it. And they just hand the Pokeball to someone else.
And just like won't work.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I do think that the show has finally kind of realized if a Pokemon is owned by someone, a Pokeball won't work on it. Because there have been times in the past where it seems to like try to work on a Pokemon, or they throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon that's owned, expecting that it'll work. And now it just doesn't work anymore. But
now it just doesn't work at all, yeah.
However, so Bulbapedia says that if you watch this clip in slow motion, it appears that Ash's Pokeball hits Totodile first. So I did a little investigative work because I wanted to confirm that for myself. And the conclusion I came to is I don't fucking know what happened here.
Okay.
So
it's really hard to tell.
I'm going to share my screen with you. And if you're watching the video version, you'll see these frames that I'm talking about on the video version at Hydroleech on YouTube, or if your podcast platform of choice supports video, it'll be on there. I know Spotify definitely does. So, are you looking at my screen here?
I'm looking.
So I've recorded a little clip of this capture here. So this is
This is just the Ash and Misty scene.
This is the last shot we see of Ash and Misty before they go to catch it together in the same shot. You can see Ash is standing behind Misty, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we go to the fun fourth wall break thing where they're talking to each other, where Misty is on the top, Ash is on the bottom. And then, like, that's the last we see of Ash and Misty before they throw the ball. And they throw the ball in their own screens. So at this point, I would say that Ash is still behind Misty because that's the last shot we saw of them together in the same shot, right?
He's behind Misty, but the camera's like located on her left side.
Yes.
So he's to the right of Misty.
Well, yeah, but behind in terms of the framing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In terms of like the cycle in the animation.
Yes. In terms of the framing of the camera, Ash is behind Misty. And like this is important, just trust me. And then so we see them throw the ball in these split screens. So if I am correct, that would mean this ball on the left side of the screen in this frame is behind the ball on the right side, which would be Ash's ball.
Yeah.
And then if you watch closely, this frame, the ball in front on the right hand side, which would be Misty's, hits Totodile, has the impact. You can see the animation lines here.
Yeah.
And then they fall to the ground. And in this frame, you can see they would fall where the further back ball would fall to the ground and the other ball would be down to the right, correct?
Yeah.
If we looked at it behind the bush. So we go behind the bush, but the other ball is down to the left of the other ball. And this ball that's down to the left, the ball that we assume, or the ball that was supposed to be down to the right that didn't catch Totodile, has caught Totodile.
Mm-hmm.
So between Ash being behind Misty here and this ambiguous shot of them throwing the ball and the inconsistency by which ball is in what position when they catches Totodile and the balls fall to the ground, I have no idea which ball is supposed to be Ash's.
I mean, it kind of looked like Misty caught it.
I don't know. I really have no idea. If you ask me, I think it's Misty because that's what the ball from this shot of Ash and Misty together in the same shot. But if you
maybe something like that Star Trek episode I was describing happened, and their balls actually fused and unfused during this whole thing, and they both simultaneously, both of them are responsible for catching Totodile and not catching Totodile.
Maybe
2 states existing at the same
Schrodinger's
time.
Totodile, yeah.
Yes.
But if you base it off of the shot where they're throwing the ball and Ash is on the bottom, you would think that then his ball is on the bottom here in the shot of the Pokeballs, and that's the ball that hits it. But I don't want to base it off of that because that's not a real life shot. The last time we saw Ash and Misty in the same shot together, Ash was behind her. So I don't know. That's all to say.
So
I don't know what happened.
The jury's out.
It's a long walk for a short drink of water, or for no water.
We don't
really,
have
because
enough
I don't
evidence.
have an answer. That's that.
The White House will not release any more footage.
These are the only frames we get, and they're inconclusive.
And they're at a really strange angle. Like, there's totally a cover-up here, man.
And maybe there's some AI involved. You never know these days.
That's true.
You can't tell. Video evidence is going to become less and less viable with the rise of AI.
You know that cartoons are already synthesized in some sense, right?
Shut up. Anyway, yeah, all that to say, I don't know what happened there. So I guess the show worked in terms of it being ambiguous and not being sure.
Oh, yeah, so the whole point, Kellan, was that we don't know who caught it. And you went on this wild goose chase of a research project to tell me you also don't know who caught it.
Correct.
Oh my God, shoot me.
I thought it was interesting. Come on.
It was. So, Brock's going to ref the battle.
He thinks they can work it out maturely,
we got Misty.
but they can't.
Sure. So he's got the Totodile ball, and they're going to do a 3v3. This is sort of a cerulean rematch, as they say, and it's both are very confident that they can win.
But Ash clearly has the advantage. He's got Pikachu, he's got Chikorita, he's got Bulbasaur. All 3 Pokemon that are good
Misty
against water
only has
Pokemon.
Water Pokemon.
Except,
supposedly.
Yeah, she's not worried, because he's going to put Pikachu in first. And her secret weapon, as she puts it, against Pikachu is Togepi.
Which was interesting choice that, honestly, I didn't actually see coming. Although maybe I should have. But everyone was extremely shocked.
Throw the infant in battle.
Right? So, Togepi versus Pikachu. And Togepi starts off by just happily walking. And Pikachu's like so worried. He's like, what do I do? Do I hurt it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Pikachu and Togepi have this like older, younger sibling relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hurt Togepi at all. So Ash tells him to go for a Thunder Shock, and Togepi goes for a Hug Attack, which that's not a move, Misty. Come on, let's get things
Pikachu
right
just
here.
doesn't know what to do at all.
And then Togepi goes for the best Charm Attack, which is a move, and Togepi does learn it. So there you go. It hatches out of the egg with it.
And Pikachu just sweats and runs at that point.
Sweating bullets and just cowers by a rock. You can't do it. He can't bring himself to hurt Togepi, which is so cute. The whole sequence was adorable.
What a tactic, Misty. What a tactic.
Round 1 goes to Misty. So round 2, Ash is going to use Chikorita. And Misty is like, you're going up against the water Pokemon master. She keeps calling herself a water Pokemon master. And Ash is like, more like a water Pokemon disaster.
Burn.
She goes for Staryu next. And so Chikorita versus Staryu.
She's just at disadvantage from now on.
Yeah.
Though. Like, we knew that. So Chikorita starts off with Razor Leaf, Staryu jumps over it, and then swifts, and that seems to kind of hit.
Kind of. She's kind of blocking some of the damage it would look like with her leaf, but it is doing some damage. Chikorita goes for Tackle, Staryu stands her ground, and Water Guns, Chikorita digs her heels in, and is still standing. Apparently Staryu is at a much higher level, according to Misty.
That's what Misty claims. Yeah.
But Ash is like, never underestimate Chikorita. And the fun music we had in the Bugsy fight comes on. I still don't know how to describe this one, but I really enjoy this one. It's like kind of buggy and mysterious and just fun. Very fun.
Buggy music.
Yeah. She goes for a Vine Whip.
Bugging out.
Staryu jumps and dodges, goes for the tackle, but Chikorita jumps above it, Vine Whips it, and swings it onto the ground. Bam! Staryu's out.
Boom.
The light like flashes. Ding, ding, meow.
Chikorita wins. Ash celebrates.
So it's 1-1.
And then he kind of like drops his credentials here. He's like, top 16 Indigo League,
Orange League
Championship, 2 Johto badges, suck my balls.
And yeah, the reputations are on the line because Misty's also the Cerulean City gym leader. But like, are you, Misty? You haven't been in the gym in how long? Are you really the gym leader?
It's kind of her sisters who are the gym leaders, right?
Yeah. So we cut then to Team Rocket drifting down a river on a log. Meowth thinks that they're
sad about Totodile.
They should go find the Totodile, though, Meowth thinks, and give it to the boss, and it'll be smooth sailing from here on out.
And then they hit a rock.
Yeah, it's not smooth sailing because they capsize. But would fortune have it, the twerps are right over there fighting. And they're like, why would they be fighting each other? And I think Jesse's like, to see who's the biggest loser.
That was a good burn.
Yeah, see who's the biggest loser, and then like, this is the time to lose Pikachu. But Meowth's like, wait, we can't go in while they're fighting. If we attack when they're fighting, they're just going to turn on us. We got to wait until they're tired. Then we attack.
And then they'll pounce.
And got to wait till they're exhausted. So back to the battle. Water Gun blasts through a Razor Leaf. Bulbasaur
Oh, you
dodges.
haven't said who's fighting.
Oh, I didn't write that down, apparently.
Poliwag versus Bulbasaur is the next fight.
Oh, yeah. That happened. We see that before we even go to Team Rocket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because it goes Vine Whip versus Double Slap, and then it immediately cuts to Team Rocket before we see anything happen. And I thought that was a little strange. So yeah, after Team Rocket, then we're back to the battle. Water Gun blasts through a Razor Leaf. Bulbasaur is dodging, blows Poliwag back with a Razor Leaf, and it looks like Poliwag is out, down and out.
Yeah, it looks like a quick battle.
But she starts to glow. She's evolving. Poliwag evolves into a Poliwhirl.
Misty's excited. So Poliwhirl is just like big Poliwag with arms.
Yeah.
Muscles.
I can't remember. Let me take a look quick. Yeah, once Poliwag evolves into Poliwhirl, the swirl changes directions. A big design change there.
Sure.
Yep.
Really dramatic. And then basically all the deck says, because Ash is like, let's check this thing out. He's like, it's like Poliwag, but it has muscles.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what it is. It grows arms and bigger legs, and the swirl changes, and that's basically it loses its mouth though.
Yeah, it does.
Which is kind of weird.
Haunting.
I don't know how it eats. Rectally, maybe?
I always kind of assumed that now the swirl has become some sort of like cosmic entity that can start swirling and like absorb food on like a spiritual level.
Well, it's yellow.
It's like a portal.
Its dex entry in yellow states that under attack it uses its belly spiral to put the foe to sleep, so maybe it can.
Yeah, it's like a portal.
Maybe it's capable of some otherworldly things. Anyway, this is the first time we've seen one of Ash's travel companions have a Pokemon evolve.
Really? The first time?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
because Brock
expected
hasn't
that.
had anything evolve. Geodude, Onix, Zubat, Vulpix,
True.
Pineco now.
And Misty, nothing.
Misty, like
wow.
Starmie would have evolved at some point, but not on screen. And
Not
before
on screen.
before she joined Ash, and then Tracy, all Tracy did was catch a Scyther.
And there was that fake out episode where Psyduck supposedly became a Golduck, but that wasn't Psyduck.
But it wasn't Psyduck. Yeah. So yeah, the first time that's happened. Wild. Wow. Took 152 episodes. So yeah, Poliwhirl's here now, which is cool. But Bulbasaur goes for a tackle. Poliwhirl body slams Bulbasaur into the ground. Bulbasaur gets a Razor Leaf off though, and starts to prep a Solar Beam, which Poliwhirl then starts using Bubble from its fists. Which is weird.
Oh my god!
I think that
they're actually coming from its fists.
I think that confirms the fact that it doesn't have a mouth anymore.
Right, it has to punch out bubbles.
That was so weird.
That is truly bizarre.
I like to think that the animators were like, "Wait, fuck, Poliwhirl doesn't have a mouth. What do we do?" And they're just like, "I don't know. Punch. He punches. Go for that."
It's either coming out of its crotch or its hands. Which do we do, boss?
Yeah. So Poliwhirl turns around, bends over, and starts farting bubbles at them.
Poliwhirl Goatsy. Please don't put
not
that
putting
on the
fan art list. However, that might be an out of context quote. So Bulbasaur takes the fart bubbles to the face. He's losing health.
Bulbasaur takes the fart bubbles to the face.
Another out of context quote. He's losing health quick as he's charging this Solar Beam, but he gets it charged. He launches, and Poliwhirl fucking dies.
Toasted very quick, in and out like a whisper.
And the "you died" screen from Dark Souls appears on the screen.
Yeah. Misty thanks Poliwhirl though, because thinks that he evolved just for her, trying to help her out. But Ash wins.
Yeah, he wins the match and the Totodile. But right before he can do his "I caught a Totodile" thing, a big party ball goes off, and two what did they call themselves?
Well, they're auxiliaries from the local
ladies.
Pokemon Society.
two real auxiliary ladies from the Pokemon Society jump in and congratulate Ash until Wobbuffet blows their cover and James just yeets him out of there, throws him away.
Right. So they're gonna change gears. They're gonna do the chant.
Don't be distressed. Just prepare for trouble. When I get out of this dress, you better make it double.
That's a nice one.
I like that one. Yeah.
And then of course, now we have the bit of Wobbuffet trying to do Meowth's line and then Meowth cutting him off.
Hey, get your own line. Meowth, that's right. So that's a good chant. I like that one. I like when I get out of this dress, you better make it double.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to fight. Ash has this nice sentence here. We've got a new friend who's rested and ready to chow down on some chumps.
Yeah, and he does I Choose You Totodile, and it's like a new animation. Like we don't get the normal ass I Choose You.
The normal repeated one.
It's like new and fancy and smooth, and I liked it.
Johto
is big and big and fun. Totodile comes out, chomps down on Jessie's hair. She spins it around again, but it's bit off a chunk. It sends out Arbok, and Arbok and Totodile lunge at each other. Totodile bites his tail and then swings it around. Does another so long gay Arbok, and throws him away.
It's almost like a trend now.
Yeah. And he starts dancing again. Totodile's dancing. Just so happy.
Right, so now it's wheezing, and they give him a sloppy sludge.
Gets dodged, and Totodile goes for a scratch. He scratches up wheezing in the face.
Totodile's dancing during this whole thing, so Meowth is like, the jig is up. And James is like, Toto's still doing it.
And Wheezing falls back into the Team Rocket. Totodile is celebrating again. Water gun sends them blasting off again. And Totodile celebrates by spinning Pikachu around with a little dance.
Aww.
Just so cute. And Misty has decided now that she's not jealous about having Totodile, who does whatever it wants, when now she has a Poliwhirl that evolved just for her. And Ash and Brock fall over from that for some reason. And then Ash does the Totodile, I caught a Totodile peace sign, and Pikachu peace signs too, and it's really cute. And the narrator once again says, "Journey to Johto," and I want to shoot myself. That's the episode.
Yeah, and I'll go pretty quickly through this next stuff because we got a lot more.
I think we can get through the next episode pretty quick. It's okay.
The next one, the next one's fine. Oh, but the third one is
one's so good.
Okay, so this is a trope from TV Tropes called the feud episode, where two friends need to fight. In books, this is an arc they do quite a few times in Harry Potter. Remember, it's like, oh, Ron and Harry are mad at each other, and then Ron and Hermione are mad at each other, and then like all of that.
Ron's upset that Harry got entered into a tournament that he didn't want to be in the first place. Wah.
Yeah,
I never
exactly.
liked that. I never liked that little subplot. Never made sense. Like, obviously,
I don't really
Harry
love
didn't
those,
fucking do
those
it.
I don't like those side plots either, because it always felt like I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they're gonna make up, just like do it already.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna pick Harry Potter. I'm gonna pick another Berenstain Bears.
Hell
Remember
yeah.
that? With Berenstain Bears get in a fight. And this is when brother and sister get into a bitter argument. They just wake up angry one day, and then Papa Bear has to explain fights to them. And that's it.
I would be thrilled, unironically, if you did just literary hour, Bernstein Bear literary hour, all the time.
Literary hour pivots completely
To
and
the
it's
Bernstein
just
Bear hour.
Berenstain Bears. See how long we can. Yeah, I wonder how many there are.
There's a
If I
lot.
could keep-
I had a giant stack when
that
I was
going.
little. And you talked about having that too. I may have just had yours. Who knows?
Very possible. Yes, I did give you a lot of hand-me-downs. So.
All right. Let's rate it and get to the second episode, shall we? Let's
Right,
get
so this is the
quick.
4-pour, the classic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We're going to pull 2 categories at random from the pitcher, rank the episode based on those categories. What do we got first, Kellan?
All right, first category will be Misty's sick burns. This is a big Misty episode, so let's see what we got.
Is she burning a lot, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, she's bragging about herself. You're up against the water master.
Yeah,
She's
she
talking
gets
about
burned.
water so much.
She gets burned
She
with
gets
water
burned.
disaster.
Yeah, Ash is burning her. Yeah. I don't think I have a single one.
Yeah, they burn her about the mini Misty lure.
Yeah, and they
Scaring
burn her
her away.
about needing to be quiet.
Should we pivot this category to include Misty getting sick burned as well?
Sure.
Because that happens a lot too. Like there's a lot. They throw punches back and forth constantly.
That's true.
So-
Okay, let's do that on the fly. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Misty's sick burns.
Or burn.
Oh no! It works both ways. Misty's
Ah.
sick burns that she burns other people with, and the sick burns that Misty has.
This is the Mr. Burns ball.
There you
We're
go.
all about burns. Okay.
Smithers. Excellent.
Right. So there's a part right at the beginning where Misty's like saying they need to be quiet, and Ash is like, well, I'm good as long as you're quiet all the time because I hate when you talk.
Wah, wah.
And then, then burning the mini Misty lure, they're like, it'll scare the fish away. They're ruthless to her.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Water Pokemon disaster.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's a good one. So it's 3?
at
Wow.
least there might be some that we're missing just because we weren't kind of looking for them. I would include her being like, I don't want Totodile. It doesn't listen to you as like a slight thing. It adds like a 0.5. I
Oh,
think
true.
it's not much, but I would say it's those.
Okay, not bad.
Not a
It's
lot, not bad.
Super strong though. Actually, I'm kind of going a little weaker. I'm going 4.5.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness.
That was scary. I was about to interrupt you with 4.5, and then I didn't
Wow.
for some reason. So yeah, 4.5 flat, straight from both of us. Second category is no, it's Sunset Boulevard. I don't think we had a sunset.
I don't think so either. Because the whole episode happens within like 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's no sunsets. What do we do?
It's a 0.
It's just oh no,
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it get a 0?
there's no sunsets at all. Oh, that's a 0.
It's a 0.
That's 2.25
Rip.
for the Totodile Duel.
What a weak score. Oh my
Yeesh.
god.
I was really hoping we'd pull that next episode because we had some good sunset.
Well, the 4-pour is ruthless.
Yeah.
We've been over this.
Fickle
before.
bitch. All right,
Fickle indeed.
let's jump to episode 154, Hot Matches.
All right, so this is a bit of a fight episode.
Yeah, this
so they're
episode's
at the
okay.
Poke Center. Kid with a Growlithe runs in, and he's like, "Oh my god, I got my ass
My
beat."
dog's
And
dead.
Ash is like, "Who? I want to find who beat you and get beat by them. I love getting beat."
Yeah, this kid's like, there's a guy up on the mountain with a machine gun. If you go up there, he's going to shoot you in the face. And Ash is like, fuck yeah.
Ash is like, "I love AR-15s. Oh yeah."
He goes to the NRA convention every year.
Ash at an NRA convention in a mega hat. Oh my god.
Is that on the fan art list?
That's haunting. Anyways, Brock and
It's
so
on
they
there.
want to find this trainer. Brock and Misty are speculating about this trainer. Okay, who is it? Team Rocket's in the bushes. They want to catch the Turf's Pokemon right after the battle.
Same plan
And,
as last
And
episode.
Wobbuffet's doing stuff, blah, blah, blah. So they get up to the top of the mountain at this bridge, looking around. Where is the trainer? And there's a young woman in a toque. She just got in from Western Canada.
For our American friends, that's a beanie.
We call them toques here. Yeah. Beanie never made sense to me.
I like the term
as
beanie.
a word. Is that because your head is a bean?
I guess so. Maybe.
I guess. I don't know.
The toque is like the shell that holds your bean in place.
Huh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyways, it's a toque. So Brock's simping. She's the peak of perfection. Misty pulls him away. He lost his mind. Her name is Mickey.
Yeah, and he's like, but there's a tough trainer around here. You should really be careful about that. And she's like, oh, is there? Well, you could do me a favor then. And Brock's like, anything for you, my queen. And she's like, fight me, fucker.
she calls him Brocky. Fight me, Brocky.
But she specifically asks him to use a fire Pokemon. Interesting.
Yeah, so this is the thing. Yeah, hit me with a fire Pokemon. Luckily, Brock has one.
And then Ash, in the background, great detective moment, he's like, I think this is the trainer that he was talking about.
Yeah, the most obvious twist of all time.
So Brock agrees to the battle, yeah. She sends out a Pokemon we haven't seen yet, Skarmory.
Okay, tell me about this thing. This is the featured Pokemon of the episode. It's a giant turkey.
Metal turkey.
Metal
turkey, essentially, yeah.
Is it evolved from anything,
nope.
Or is it a one?
It's a single stage Pokemon. Skarmory's cool. Everyone likes Skarmory. It's a really cool Pokemon.
Everybody does. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't mind this one. Is it good?
Yeah, Skarmory is very solid. It's got huge defenses.
Solid. It looks solid.
It's got big defenses, decent attack. It's speedy enough. It's a pretty good Pokemon.
Okay, cool.
As long as it's got like a good secondary type, anything Steel usually has some viability. Because Steel is just an incredible defensive type. Yeah. It's resisted to like half the types in the game. More than half, I think.
But its one weakness is
one of
fire its only weakness?
And
one of its weaknesses.
Steel does not resist electric, water.
Okay, but it's weak to fire.
And it's weak to fire.
So why is Mickey asking for a fire Pokemon? It's because she wants a real challenge. She's kicking too much ass. The next level is to be able to fight
taking too many names. She has too many name tags in her pocket.
She's all out of bubble gum. We know the whole thing. Okay, they're going to fight.
So they're going to fight. Yeah, Skarmory's out. Looks nasty. Brock sends out Vulpix, which we haven't seen Vulpix fight in fucking forever, I feel.
So long, yeah.
Barely uses Vulpix. Team Rocket spying in. Note, Skarmory is rare and valuable, which Skarmory is decently rare, so that works.
It's a steel type. Meowth goes, just the type we want to steal. I liked that one.
I believe the first steel type we've seen since the introduction of steel types, because we saw Magnemite and Magneton, but Gen 1 didn't have steel types, so.
Oh, this is the first, yeah, because Steelix would be the other big one in this era. We haven't met that yet, so.
Yeah, not a ton of steel types. First one we've seen is Skarmory then, since steel was introduced. So, fight time. Skarmory swoops in to blow up sand or something to make Vulpix blind, and it goes high in the sky to build up speed. Vulpix goes for a flamethrower. Skarmory uses agility to dodge it, and Vulpix also agilities.
So fast.
Even though we've talked about that it can't learn agility until Gen 8, but whatever.
Who's thinking ahead?
Yeah, it's a time-traveling Vulpix. But it's too fast. Skarmory's too fast. Vulpix can't outrun it, and Steel Wing takes Vulpix out pretty quick.
And Steel Wing, basically, its wings just glow, and then it, hits you, and then you die.
Bright white in this show means steel, as we will see in future generations when Pikachu learns Iron Tail.
Interesting.
So.
Oh my god, Pikachu has an iron tail?
Apparently. It just glows white.
Oh, okay.
I think. It's been a long time. So, Mickey asks for more fire Pokemon to battle. Ash, he's like, well, I got one, but he might be too hot to handle. He goes for Cyndaquil, obviously. But he's
actually too sleepy to handle.
Eepy boy. His flame can't start up. Skarmory does another swoop in for a fury attack. Cyndaquil dodges. His flame fires up, but just for a second. He needs a little more gas in that range. But Skarmory goes for a swift fury attack versus Cyndaquil's agility, which Vulpix couldn't learn until Gen 8. Cyndaquil has never learned agility ever. And Cyndaquil gets hit. Pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. So this is, he's hurting. And then Cyndaquil finally kind of gets his flames around here. Pikachu's cheering on the sidelines. That's cute.
Supportive Pikachu, our favorite. It lights up Flamethrower versus a Swift. And Flamethrower is dodged, but the Swift lands. And it's time to finish the job with another Steel Wing. But Cyndaquil barely standing. Flamethrowers again. It dodges. And before I can get the Steel Wing off, two claws grab Skarmory and Cyndaquil. Uh-oh. Who could that be?
Two giant crane game claws swoop in.
Claw.
We got the Team Rocket chant.
It's too late to prepare for trouble. We caught them both and made it double. Wah, blah, 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 blah. Wobbuffet. And Meowth kicks him. That's right. So they're kind of sharing the spotlight now.
And so they've snatched these two Pokemon. They're going to try to get away. And for some reason, they make Spanish puns here. They go, adios, los turpos. And then Meowth goes, Bayanara. Oh, no, that'd be like a Sayonara's Japanese. That's not Spanish.
So foreign language puns.
I guess.
I didn't catch those, but I caught that they were going to take them to the boss as a present. And then Wobbuffet's like, Wobbuffet. And Jesse's like, I wish I would like it if you were absent.
Oh.
So Skarmory, I believe, swifts the rope. It drops. Cyndaquil apparently doesn't try to flamethrower his rope, but whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's snoozing. Brock runs in. He's white knighting still, so he's going to try to catch the Skarmory, which is hilarious because this giant metal turkey weighs a lot.
111 pounds falling from the sky.
Okay. He looks like he would weigh more.
Well, it needs to be able to fly.
A car.
He needs to fly.
That's true.
Needs to have some aerodynamicy, if that's a word. I don't think so. I made it a word.
Aero buoyancy.
Sure. So yeah, he catches it barely. It like lands on him essentially, and he falls over. Cyndaquil is still trapped though. Doesn't ever tries his fire apparently. And then at sunset, we get a mid-episode sunset here, baby.
Ooh, mid-episode sunset. Ash and Pikachu are still running after the balloon, and Meowth is very critical of that. Yeah, he thinks Ash should learn the power of positive quitting.
I love when Team Rocket's just like, why don't you just let us steal your Pokemon?
Why don't you just suck?
You're such poor sports.
It would be good if you sucked.
So yeah, Skarmory comes flying in, Steel wings the balloon, Cyndaquil drops, Team Rocket go blasting off again. Whoop-de-doo.
Boom.
Everyone's okay again. Great. So then that night at Mickey's cabin, everyone's eating. Brock made some soup. She is so grateful for a home-cooked meal. And Brock's like, if you come along for us, I'd make you a romantic meal for two every night. And Missy's like, with our budget, they'd have to be cheeseburgers.
Ooh, no, for our budget, that'd be a double cheeseburger.
Right,
that's the two.
Yeah, it makes better. Which, I mean, Misty, you could save a little more on that budget by making them singles.
True.
So, Ash asks her for her secret techniques. She trains alongside her Skarmory. They do everything together, includes sleep, which I feel like Skarmory would not be a comfortable pillow.
Not at all.
No.
But, possibly fairly clean, like, because it's like stainless steel.
Yeah.
When she's grooming it, I was like, does she use a brush or does she use like Lysol? Can you use CLR on your Skarmory?
Just shoe polishing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they dex it earlier, they note that the wings are sharp from like flying through thorns and stuff. So like, I feel like you wake up from sleeping on that thing and your face is just like, you've lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, you roll over the wrong way and you're Scarface.
Roll over the wrong way, your neck's been slit. You're dead.
Yeah. You're dead face.
So, Brock gets it. She leads by example, essentially. Ash is like, well, Cyndaquil, we got a lot of work to do. We're gonna try that. So the next morning, Ash and Cyndaquil are up early, running through the morning fog.
Yeah, and it's like playing the Rocky theme song. No, not actually, but it could have been.
Yeah, they gotta figure out how to get Cyndaquil revved up faster to get that fire going. So Ash wants him to hit him with his best tackle. And so he slowly runs in Ash and jumps in. Barely hits Ash.
It's kind of pathetic.
Pretty cute, though. Soft as a feather, he says. And so he goes again, a little better. He's got to get fired up now. Got to get that fire going. He can barely. It just does that little spurt again. Ash shows him how to psych himself up.
Yeah, so he basically just shows him reruns of Dragon Ball Z. Like they're both doing that like power up and screaming thing.
And it works for a second. Again, the flame just poof. So Ash is like, okay, well, let's concentrate on your defensive moves. Let's start with agility, which you don't learn apparently. But he bounces from rock to rock really cute, and he's running like a human would, which is both adorable and kind of creepy.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, you would think Cyndaquil would run on all fours.
Yeah.
But he
like
runs on his hind legs, and his front legs are pumping like human arms would. And it's kind of weird.
His front arms are like doing calisthenics.
Exactly.
He's got like 2 dumbbells. Yeah.
Very strange. So back at the cabin, the others are eating up. They're like, wow, where's Ash? He left early this morning.
He was so serious, he didn't even eat breakfast. And then we get a clean cut where Ash is like, I'm so hungry. I didn't eat breakfast.
Yeah. It's time to keep working. Another tackle, much better this time, knocks Ash back into a tree. And wow, look at all those apples. Let's eat them. But one of them's attached to a bee drill. Uh-oh, big swarm.
Every tree is just full of bee drills.
Always fucking bee drill. Every time.
So they're running, yada, yada, yada. Ash falls, and this is where, boom, Cyndaquil shows off what he's learning already. They've only been training for like an hour, but Cyndaquil can turn his flames on right away and boom, flamethrowers. So.
Yeah, they get scared. They fly away. Ash, another brilliant detective line. He's like, wow, you did that flamethrower just for me, to save me. Wow, thank you, Cyndaquil.
To save me from the bee drill.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what we just observed.
Back to the training montage. Ash is throwing sticks in the air. Cyndaquil is doing target practice. He's like, focus on your aim, not just your flame. Ha 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 ha. Good one. Aim
this
and
is actually the
fire.
third mode on Duck Hunt, where you're actually just shooting at sticks.
With a flamethrower, yeah.
With a flamethrower.
That'd be sick, Duck Hunt. Oh my god. Duck Hunt 2, make it, people.
Duck Hunt 2! Nintendo! Have you ever thought of that? Duck Hunt 2.
People really like Duck Hunt so much. Why isn't there a Duck Hunt 2?
Why isn't there a Duck Hunt 2?
But he's really getting the hang of it now. Does this really inspirational victory music type thing. He's red hot. And so we go back to the cabin.
Music's fun.
Cabin. Skarmory's getting a groom, where, as we see, Lysol wipes.
With Lysol. Yeah.
Pikachu spots. Pikachu spots Orange Glow, sponsored by Billy Mays. That's for wood. Never mind.
You're right. No, you're.
Pikachu spots Ash and Cyndaquil down the path. He wants a rematch. 1-on-1, no time limit under the hot sun. Cyndaquil gets his flame up quick.
Right.
And so Skarmory takes off the same as before.
He's ready for the battle. Skarmory's flying at him. Starts with a Fury. Cyndaquil's going to try a smoke screen.
A Fury attack. She says Fury.
Attack.
It's Fury attack show. Come on.
Well, I don't care. Cyndaquil uses smoke screen. It sort of kind of stops Skarmory. Skarmory is kind of fluttered. Cyndaquil hits with a flamethrower. We get Skarmory dodging, and then we're going to use the first Steel Wing of the battle.
Yeah, first of many. So agility lets Cyndaquil avoid it. Cyndaquil fire flamethrowers and flamethrowers poof, 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 in multiple directions. Skarmory agility's away. Nothing's hitting at all from either side. And Mickey's like, this is boring. Let's just use our best move. That's what you've been doing this whole time. Steel Wing and flamethrower.
Yeah, nothing really changed. I was like, are their best move something new? No. So Skarmory's going to use Steel Wing. Cyndaquil's going to use flamethrower. And they're going to kind of clash in the air, but Steel Wing rips through the flames and hits Cyndaquil.
Yeah, and he gets up barely. He goes for another flamethrower, and Skarmory goes for another Steel Wing. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact same footage as the last one, and we get the same result again.
Yeah, just a repeat.
But he gets up again, Cyndaquil. Flame blazes higher and hotter than ever. Higher. And I wish... And this may have been something, if Cyndaquil was introduced in the like a later gen, it would have been cool. When Cyndaquil gets like really fired up, his flame turns blue. That would have been cool.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been
cool. Because that would have been hotter.
That would have been kind of Dragon Ball Z.
That would have been
like
sick.
the hair changes color.
Yeah, just like when he uses like flamethrower or something. It would have been sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's if I could design Pokemon.
Pay him.
Please do. So yeah, he gets flame higher and hot. Steel Wing comes in, he jumps. Fury attack, dodge, 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 dodge. Skarmory's getting worn out. He's got one attack left in it, and it's gonna be Steel Wing again because apparently this thing doesn't know any fucking other moves.
Yeah, that's the best move.
Steel Wing launches, Cyndaquil dodges again, and Skarmory flies directly into a rock. Bang!
Ooh!
And a maximum power flamethrower gets a direct hit.
Pins him to the rock.
That wasn't enough apparently to knock Skarmory out because Cyndaquil has to tackle it, just like bump into
just that tiny little sliver of a health left.
1 HP. Bing, 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 bing. And Skarmory goes down.
Cyndaquil wins.
Woohoo, we did it. And later, acoustic guitar music. Really nice tune. Plays in the background. Mickey thinks she made a mistake staying up in the mountains for so long training. She's going to go challenge all the gym leaders. And maybe, just maybe, they'll meet at the Johto League and have a rematch.
I'm going to guess they won't.
No, they don't.
But who knows?
I do, and they don't.
They say this to every random freak he meets on the road. They're like, well, Four-Eyed Freddy, we sure had a fun adventure saving all those Tauros from the dragon, but maybe we'll meet at the Johto finals. Nope, Four-Eyed Freddy's dead.
Ash bumps into Billy on the street, and he drops his groceries, and Ash helps pick him up. And he says to Billy, maybe we'll meet again at the Johto League. And as they walk away, Billy thinks to himself, who the fuck was that?
What the fuck is a Johto League?
I don't own a Pokemon.
He stole my tomatoes.
I was going to make a BLT, that fucker.
Now I can only make a BL.
And then I'll make a BM. Oh.
Oh, nice.
So then at sunset, our little closing scene, we got 2 suns in this episode. Why couldn't we have gotten the Sunset Boulevard ball?
That would have been
heartbreaking.
huge.
Heartbreaking. Team Rocket's hanging from a tree, all tied up in the balloon, except for Wobbuffet, who again is standing there totally free of any harm.
Yeah.
Just being like, nah, suckers.
Great
Eat
line
shit.
here, though. James is like, you make Psyduck look good.
So rude to both
Yeah,
Wobbuffet and
come
Psyduck.
on.
Come on, man. But that's the episode. Yeah, we blasted through that one.
Yeah. We're still, yeah.
It was okay episode. There wasn't really a lot.
It's a battle, basically.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
But
it's a battle, a training
fun
montage,
part,
and a
the
battle.
fun part for me was kind of the training arc. And that is sort of
Mhm.
the trope that I'm going at is the training arc. I mean, this is a huge thing in anime where someone like gets beat and then they gotta go train and then they come back and kick ass. Like it happens like all the time. Like it would be way too easy almost. So I'm not just gonna pick anime and manga. We are sticking to literature. That is the
Bernstein
point.
Bears.
So this is
Give
where
me a-
sister kicks brother's ass, and then brother has to train. He just pumps so much iron, and he comes back and he rips her heart out. No, the Three Musketeers. Okay, this is the backstory of the character Aramis, I believe his name is. Originally, training to be a priest. Now this nobleman is like quarreling with him, is really pushing him around. I don't know exactly what happens. So Aramis then drops out of the priesthood. Okay, runs away for a year. Trains, finds a fencing master, becomes a fencing god, goes back, finds the noble, duels him and kills him, and then joins the Three Musketeers under a fake name.
Oh no. Ah, scary.
Badass. So that's just like this, where Cyndaquil runs away and then comes back and murders Skarmory after dropping out of the priesthood.
Yeah.
Cyndaquil with a priest collar.
2 flamethrowers should melt that bird.
Yeah.
All right, let's rate it, shall we? First category is the Pokemon cries.
The Skarmory is really
I didn't even really
the
know
Pokemon to
Skarmory.
talk about. Yeah, what does it do?
Let me pull it up quick.
It doesn't gobble. It should have gobbled. It's a turkey.
How's a turkey sound?
It was close.
No, I can't think of a turkey right now. Oh, one really good Team Rocket line we missed, and I've just found looking for a Skarmory cry. When Skarmory's coming in to slash the balloon, Jesse's like, it's using its wings, and James goes, and we haven't got a prayer. That's good.
That is a good line, yeah.
Oh yeah, so okay, Skarmory just kind of screams. He just goes, ah!
Yeah.
Ah! Makes sense. It works
That
for
makes
Skarmory.
sense. It's
Yeah.
fine, yeah.
It's an alright. Cyndaquil's cute. We get a lot of Cyndaquil this episode.
We get a lot of good Cyndaquil, like, kind of talking to Ash, which is
Mhm.
amazing. That
pretty
kind of
cute.
works for me, yeah. Pretty much those two.
So yeah, it's those
Vulpix
two.
makes an appearance.
Oh yeah,
but I don't
Vulpix
know.
is cute. It works for Vulpix, but it's nothing super notable. This is kind of average then to me. I'm gonna go 5.2.
I'm going with 6. I do think Cyndaquil having some almost dialogue is fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cyndaquil looks up at Ash and he goes, "Father, must we fight? Can't we learn to love?
And Ash says, no, we're at war with the Skarmory.
We're going
Ever
to
since they
Johto."
violated the peace treaty.
All right, second category. Will be paid forward rotations per episode.
The stick. The
Yeah,
stick
I was
he
thinking the
throws.
same sticks too. That's so
That's
weak
it.
though.
But it rotates.
That I can think of. Yeah.
Kellan, we would need something where we would need an episode where nothing moves in a circular motion for this category to get killed. Reminder to the listeners,
Pokeballs don't
with
don't
pay of
count,
4 categories, we will give an episode, we'll make up a category for whatever makes that current episode a 10. That ball becomes a new ball, but if it gets a 0 in an episode, it's removed.
Permanently banned. It's my favorite mechanic of the podcast. It's so fun.
Our podcast has mechanics. I'm going to go with a 1.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like scrub through real fast and see if I can pick up on anything. Because it's just battle, training, battle. I just saw Cyndaquil do a little spin. That was cute. Yeah, it's the sticks. You said 1. I'm gonna at least, for variety's sake, I'm gonna go say 1.5. Because I think it
Okay.
spun. There were a few sticks.
It's a few sticks and a few spins.
Yeah, so that's 3.425 for hot matches. Rough week so
That's
far.
rough week for
Oh
scores.
boy.
The 4-4's really been
It's
been
not
letting the
happy with
show
us
have
today.
it.
It's not happy
No.
with us recording early in the week.
That's a hint.
Yeah, we broke the fourth wall. We're recording way earlier. And because of that, we don't have any questions because I don't think anybody would have had time in the 4 hours since I tweeted about it. But we did have one question from last week that Tristan commented on the last video that we thought we would just touch on quick, just for something. Who asks, with the whole Hound Hour being taken to the Pokemon Center, do wild Pokemon go to the center as well, or if only aided by humans? If only Pokemon Centers are able to treat them, one would think the wild, injured Pokemon would go there to get healed, or else there would be a lot of injured and sick Pokemon that wouldn't get care. And something I was thinking of when reading this, and he says, reminds me of Nurse Joy in the Orange Islands traveling around to various islands. How else would they get treated? And I think either the Nurse Joy situation, or they don't.
Well, yeah, so that's interesting.
Dog-eat-dog world.
I think a lot of the times
Hound Hour
they don't.
Hound Hour world.
Unfortunately, they just die.
Yep.
But yeah, it'd be interesting if there's more Joys who do sort of like service initiatives. Yeah, I would think so, or sort of general patrol kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They might have programs like that, but I think that for a Pokemon actually coming to a Poke Center, I bet that's very rare.
Just imagine like a Machamp or something just like walking into the Pokemon Center.
I mean,
like,
that one kind of makes sense because they're so human.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. It's like why does it have so much autonomy? Like a Pokemon, you wouldn't think would have that, but Machamp's so human-like. Would he know to go to a hospital? I don't know. I can't tell.
He wouldn't look that out of place sitting in the waiting room, though.
Next to the Wobbuffet?
Like filling out a form. Yeah, next to the Wobbuffet.
Okay, Wobbuffet waiting room is on the fan art list. Throw a Machamp in there. It's filling out a health form. Please.
One of its arms is in a splint.
Speaking of fan art, we got one this week.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Remember? Yes. I almost forgot to bring that up. We got one in from Clay, who submitted a few questions so far, of pole dancing Quagsire, and it's fucking great. And it'll be up on the video version if you're watching that now. We'll show that off. Very good. Very funny. Thank you for that.
This Quagsire pole dancing. Yeah, this is classic.
Stripper Quagsire. So good.
I can't believe our first fan art. This
can't
is
believe
huge.
It. Amazing. We're really getting somewhere, Graham, I think.
Yeah.
It's taken 76 weeks. Hey, we're hilarious. We think we're funny,
we have this nice fan base. We love to have you. It's great to hear about these things, and we're loving the engagement.
Share with your friends and family, because we don't know how to market this thing. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, let's jump into the final episode of today. Love Totodile Style.
And this one's a blast.
Dance the Steps of Love.
Definitely a little bit weird.
This is such a good episode, though.
But it's a blast. It's
so fun.
It's like we get Brock, and then we get Brock. Oh my god. Okay.
So we start off the episode. The narrator says we're on the journey to Johto. Fuck you, narrator. Shut up. And we're at a river.
You gotta get over it. You know he's gonna say it.
I will never let it go. So we're at a river. Pit stop.
Ever.
Brock's making stew. Or he's gonna make stew. He's gonna make a beef stew. Misty lets out all the Pokemon to swim around, except Psyduck, who lets himself out and can't swim.
Yeah, Brock's making his famous beach stew. That's weird.
Did he say beach? I thought he said beef.
I thought he said beach.
Maybe he said beet. I don't know. One of the three.
I don't know. Beet and beef might make more sense. I was like, oh yes, the perfect beach food, stew.
Maybe it's a beef beet beach stew.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's all
Triple B's.
Yeah. Schrodinger's
Beets,
stew.
Bears, Battlestar Galactica.
Fuck, I didn't think of it. God damn it. I wanted to make the reference. So yeah, Psyduck can't swim. It's kind of fun. Ash sends out Totodile to join him, and he does a little backstroke. So cute. And there's a bunch of Magikarp over there. And Totodile, being a little ham, as they say, starts juggling them with water gun. Very fun. Totodile really showing off.
Just a natural showsman.
Yep. He's the greatest showman. He really is.
Oh, there you go.
With
we
Hugh
can think of
Jackman,
these things all day. It's like Totodile dressed in Hugh Jackman's outfit from that movie.
I got to come up with something I can do a shitty Photoshop of to put on Twitter, and that's it.
Ooh,
Totodile in
lovely.
The Greatest Showman. Yep. Yeah, he's juggling the Magikarp, and then cut to him floating down the river, playing drums on his belly, which is, again, so cute.
He's such a vibe.
Oh my god, I love Totodile. When he sees an Azumarill and immediately falls in love. And this is our Pokemon of the episode. It's Azumarill, the evolved form of Marill.
And Meryl we've met because of Tracy. Remember Tracy had a Meryl. This was like the Peekaboo, as we knew him as before he came out. But yeah, he has an evolved form right off the bat. Azumarill, tell me about this thing.
Well, they call it the Aqua Rabbit, and that's pretty much what it is. It's got big rabbit ears.
It's kind of long, yeah.
Yeah, it's Meryl, but kind of stretched out a little bit. Big ears, rabbit ears, same tail, and just a little more of a watery design, bubble design on its
Yeah, it's
front.
more obvious that this isn't a water Pokemon.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Because with Meryl,
Azumarill's
it's
cute.
just that it's blue.
Yeah.
So Azumarill, is this thing any good?
Yeah,
in the
Azumarill's
game?
actually pretty good.
Pretty viable water
It's very
Pokemon. Cool.
bulky, and that's its main thing.
Oh,
but,
it can take a hit.
yeah, but come Gen 3, it has the ability to get the ability Huge Power, which just straight up doubles its attack stat.
Huge Power.
Yeah.
That's a sick name.
But it doubles its attack stat, so it gets a base 100 attack stat
Big
with that,
boy,
which
beefy
is really
battle
good.
power.
Very good. And then when hidden abilities get introduced, it gets Sap Sipper, which makes it immune to grass moves, which is also really good.
Cool.
So, yeah, Azumarill for a Pokemon that is fully evolved at level 18, very good Pokemon.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah, he sees Azumarill, Totodile. He's in love,
Totally in love.
runs up to her, starts water gunning
Hard
a
eyes.
heart.
He also makes, water gun, shoots out in a heart. Very talented, this Totodile.
Very, very nice.
But Azumarill is being harassed.
Yeah, he takes it by the hand. She's like, no, you're gross. Water guns him in the face, storms off. He chases. Totodile, get a hint, please.
Back at the beach, Brock is really amping up his stew. This is the best stew
one yet.
It's almost as good as canned stew. It's like, oh, okay. Low bar.
They really jump between Brock being a really good cook and a bad cook sometimes. It's weird.
Or maybe there's just like really, really good canned stew in Johto.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it's not canned stew in general. There's just like this glorious
brand.
chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like amazing.
Chunky's all right. It's a not okay brand.
Chunky's okay. Yeah,
It's good for a quick meal.
for sure.
So then a Golduck wanders out from bush. We've seen Golduck before. Misty wants to catch it, but Brock's like, whoa, wait. It looks like it's looking for something. And then a woman, its trainer, comes out also looking for something, wondering where it, quote unquote, it went. I wonder what that it could be.
And she's got a Pidgey and a blue ribbon.
Yeah.
It's kind of her notable characteristics.
As Brock runs up, introduces himself. The name is Brock, and here's how you spell it. It's B, like in Big Brave Blastoise. R, like in Rational Raichu. O, like in Oddish. C, like in Charizard. And finally, K, as in Confounding Kadabra. Want to know my last name? She's like, no.
Fuck no.
So this is Trixie.
Is it Leave Me Alone?
L, as in Love Disc.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
God.
So this is Trixie. What a simply magical name. Brock loves it. Trixie's a good name. I like that. I'm with Brock here.
Well, especially for, as we'll see, like a sort of magician.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
When
Very on the nose.
we get a little later, and I'm like, oh, that's why she's named Trixie. Okay.
So she makes Brock's heart soar like a Spearow. Flock of fluttering butterfree in my stomach. And Misty pulls him away. Yeah, he's being horrendous.
Show's
Like,
over,
this is
Casanova.
just ridiculous. But Ash actually has the smooth line here.
Brock
This
gets
is
a little goofy
fellas.
sometimes around pretty women.
around pretty girls. This is what you do, fellas. Okay,
You apologize for your horrible friend.
You apologize
You
for
pick
your
up the
horrible
girl.
friend smoothly. He just really loses it around knockouts.
It's like the opposite of a wingman.
Yeah, kinda. Crash and burn man.
Yeah. Make you look good.
Right.
That seems a little wrong, but hey, if it works.
If you did it intentionally, I guess it would be.
Maybe.
If it's a happy accident, whatever.
So she's looking for her Azumarill, and oh, look at that, it's over there. Comes running in.
And I can't find it anywhere. But it's right here.
Ah! It just wants away from Totodile, who has been chasing her, and falls for her literally because he trips.
And then blows kisses.
It's so
just
cute. Oh my god.
crazy.
Why can't you love Totodile Azumarill? I'm sorry.
Now, the interesting
adorable.
thing here to note is Trixie's Golduck and Azumarill kind of share a look, and there's a bit of blushing. So that's interesting.
And so now we're at a circus for some reason.
Right.
There's just a circus in the middle of fucking nowhere.
We were at a beach eating stew. Now we're at a circus. This is the strangest dream ever.
But this is Trixie's circus. There we go. Trix Circus.
Are for kids.
Wow. Oh, silly rabbit. Silly Azumarill.
Silly
Oh,
Azumarill.
Oh, yeah. Azumarill is the star of this circus, but it is a total fucking diva, apparently.
Yeah, she's been having star problems, acting out. So it shows her like in sunglasses on a chair, like sipping on drinks, like totally
good.
feeling herself.
So good. But it disappears all the time. They spend more time looking for Azumarill than practicing for the show. And Brock's helping to set up the show just to impress Trixie. Totodile's doing the same to impress Azumarill.
Yeah, this is the Brock Totodile parallel episode. We found out that there's actually another Brock in their crew, and he's in the form of a cute little crocodile.
And he's cute, so that makes it okay, right?
Well, it makes it less terrifying. I mean, it is that theory, right? If like John Cusack from Say Anything with the boombox outside the window, if you like John Cusack, it's endearing.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it's horrifying.
Yeah. It really depends on factors.
On the two-way feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Totodile just brings the kiddie pool up on stage, fills it up with his spit, and plops Azumarill into it. I get why she's not into that.
I guess it is what he did.
Yeah. Get in this bath full of my saliva.
It's not saliva. He's got water sacs.
Yeah.
That makes it sound way better.
Azumarill's not into it, though. He gets water gunned in the face. And Ash is like, I don't understand why Totodile's acting so goofy. Ash, you just said, like, the same words. Brock gets goofy around pretty women. You're calling Totodile goofy. How do you not understand the parallel here? Come on. I know you're 10.
Maybe he doesn't understand that animals... Maybe he doesn't know that humans are animals.
Oh. Yeah, didn't that blow every child's mind when he told them humans are mammals? And like, what?
What?
Oh my god.
It's actually kind of blowing my mind right now. It's not something you think about every day.
Right?
Like, oh,
this world wasn't made for us. We have fucked it up beyond measures. So.
Wow. Galileo was right.
We're too smart for our own good. Anyway, apart from that existential dread.
Meltdown we're having.
Brock thinks that Azumarill is just playing hard to get, and he needs to not give up. Brock is part of the problem.
Oh, yeah.
She's not playing hard to get. She just doesn't like Totodile.
He should have just been like, well, it didn't work out, Totodile.
Oh, well. But
Move on.
But later, the show's on. Trixie has Meryl jump into a hat, and then a bunch of Pidgey pop out, and then Meryl pops out again. Fun time. And it's time for the headline. The Azumarill Splashtacular Water Extravaganza.
That's a good phrase.
And she juggles a bunch of balls.
Azumarill's on stage juggling balls with water. She's got all these different shapes that she's
fucking
making.
ridiculous.
It's quite impressive.
It's wild.
Totodile just runs onto the stage and also starts juggling, and people are into it. Like, they don't realize it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, people throw like streamers and fruit up on stage, and
fruit,
Totodile's juggling them, no problem. Azumarill gets jealous, storms off stage. Ash runs up to get Totodile. Totodile runs off, leaving all the fruit in the air. Ash catches all of them. Pikachu gets the last one. The crowd goes fucking nuts.
The crowd goes nuts. This was amazing.
And Brock's like, I gotta do something about this. Gotta teach Totodile how to be successful in love like me.
Missy's like,
Brock.
What? When have you been successful?
So Team Rocket, watching from outside, plan to steal Pikachu and Azumarill to make their own circus. Operation Circus Swipe. Later, Ash apologizes for ruining the show.
It was in this shot that I realized that Trixie is extremely tall.
Yeah.
She's like 2 ashes.
Well, she's like an adult.
She's like a long adult.
A long adult. You know, there's a different word for that. It's called tall.
Long Trixie.
So, yeah, she's like, it's fine. The crowd loved it. It was sweet. Azumarill needs to learn to share the spotlight. And so Brock is talking to Totodile. Love is war. War needs ammunition. Take this juice to Azumarill. She'll love you.
Because, yeah, his homemade treats. And now Azumarill will either call a truce or an unconditional surrender. So, ladies, if a man is using war metaphors to describe romance, that's a red flag.
Red flag.
Am I right?
Is that not what you did with your wife?
War metaphors?
Yeah, you didn't call your engagement a treaty of peace or something?
I called our engagement a reenactment of the Battle of the Bulge. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Gross.
That was the worst joke I could have made.
And the Bulge won. Okay.
Oh.
So,
remember when we were talking about hating ourselves?
Yeah. Every day of the week. Twice on Tuesdays. Yeah, so Azumarill doesn't want these treats, this juice. She runs away. Totodile gives chase, but she gets netted and dragged off. Like, dragged across the ground, which looks very sad. Very unfortunate. Totodile's chasing.
It's quite brutal.
Ash and Misty come in to see this happen. Totodile, like, jumps for misses. And then the balloon emerges from the forest. Prepare for trouble, and that's not a joke. And make it double. We just caught a poke. Surrender now. We're in the spotlight. Whatever. Boring motto.
Totodile's mad. Pikachu is going to go for like a thunderbolt kind of jumping thing. But Meowth fires this claw cage, and it like stops the bolt. It goes like right around, makes like a dome around Pikachu. Yeah, Meowth hopes that they're not too shocked that we stole Pikachu.
And using smoke screens, they get away, but Totodile crawls through under the smoke. Oh, he's crawling. Ah!
And sees Azumarill's ribbon drop. Ooh.
Catches it.
Team Rocket makes the joke that they've been waiting to make for so many episodes. After a while, Totodile.
And then the camera does that fast, like, zoom out turn as Totodile screams, "No!" Which was so good. Great gag.
And then he starts swimming, because now they're, like, kind of by the lake. He starts swimming after Team Rocket. So now Trixie's been filled in what happened.
Better head to the forest on the other side of the lake. And Team Rocket have found some abandoned cabin, apparently.
Like they always do.
Where are all these cabins coming from? Do they have like a pop-up cabin thing?
I think so. They've got capsules for Dragon Ball Z. They got the little capsules where they
there
can
you go. Zonai devices.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. Team Rocket are trying to get Azumarill to do things for their new circus act. Jessie tries to whip. She ain't doing it.
At least a bunny hop or something.
James.
Yeah, Jessie's harsh.
Yeah, James tries the more like fun approach. Throws the ball in to see if she'll juggle, and she just like whacks it back in his face. Water guns Jessie, and they want to fuck it up. But Meowth and Wobbuffet defend it. They won't have a show or money if they kill this Azumarill.
It's kind of important. Yeah. Totodile's still running, sees the balloon over the trees. So now Team Rocket, we cut back. Team Rocket is trying the different approach. They're giving Azumarill a really nice meal. It looks like some katsudon, very tasty looking. But Azumarill's stuck up. She's like, "No, I don't want it.
I want caviar. Fresh caviar from the seafloor. Only the best."
That's the only thing I'll eat.
That's in rice. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Okay. So they've Team Rocket have tried nice. They've tried nasty, and they prefer nasty. They're forced to use force. But before they can do anything, Totodile, hero of the day, water guns them from behind. And he runs in, ready to kill them all, and he gets muzzled.
Yeah,
and roped.
Bounces Mouth quite quickly and ropes him. They got enough Pokemon for a 3-ring circus.
And then at sunset, the gang and Trixie still looking. Trixie thinks, let's just call it a night, keep going in the morning, and then we go back to Team Rocket. They're dreaming about food.
Which is pretty funny. They're talking about food in their sleep.
Yeah, Jessie and Meowth are like really liking the food, and James is like, "This steak is too well done. Send it back. Make sure it's rare."
Make it rarer. Azumarill, so they're like in cages kind of, and Azumarill is crying.
At the moon.
Totodile wants to cheer up, gives her the ribbon.
Dances a little bit. She smiles. Aw. And Pikachu kind of looks at him and like proudly. He's like, "Yeah, I think you're getting there. I think you're getting somewhere." So the next morning, Trixie sends Pidgey out to find the balloon. Ash is like, "Ugh, I wish I had Charizard to do this." Not like you ever fucking used him for things like this.
No, only battles.
Ever. We always say.
Maybe he just clued in that
he could have done that.
Charizard flies.
Oh my god. So, yeah, they find things.
Team Rocket is packing the balloon with Pokemon. They're going to take off. Azumarill won't perform, so they're just going to take the Pokemon to the boss. Then the gang shows up. And Pidgey swoops in, bursts the balloon. It crashes. Pikachu and Totodile jump free. Azumarill is still with Team Rocket in the cage.
Team Rocket's like, "Why can't you be satisfied with 2 out of 3 Pokemon?"
2 out of 3 ain't bad, like Meatloaf says.
Again with the "let us steal your Pokemon" mantra.
Right.
And then Golduck steps in. Arbok and Weezing get hella water gunned. Bulbasaur comes out. Razor Leaf to break the cages. Totodile water guns, knocking Team Rocket down. Bulbasaur vine whips Azumarill's cage out of there. Pikachu Thunderbolt sending them blasting off again.
The gang celebrates. Hoo-hoo, that was quick.
Yep.
We did it.
They break open the cage.
Bulbasaur frees Azumarill.
Totodile is happy. Azumarill is happy. He's won the war of love. He can now claim his victory, which a woman is not a victory, Brock. Come on. They run at each other in slow motion. They go for the hug.
They do the love run from TV.
Yeah. And Azumarill runs past Totodile, and Totodile is shocked and heartbroken. She runs right into Golduck's arms. Oh,
which nobody saw coming from a mile away.
Ash doesn't understand what's going on. He's like, "Why would she run into Golduck's arms? Why are they hugging each other?" It's like, "Ash, come on. They're fucking on the reg. Obviously." Like, it's clear.
That's one way to word it. But another is that Surprise, surprise. People tend to like people that they know and not random strangers.
Oh my
Who
God.
suddenly have a crush.
Well, tell that to Tinder.
Well, okay. There aren't absolute truths in this world, I suppose.
What are you talking about? We have the forepaw right here.
Except for that.
Totodile's still dumbfounded, though. Wide-eyed, jaw down.
Well, and this is where Totodile should have clued in to what has been going on this whole time. Brock stoops down next to him and says, "Never give up. You'll come out a winner just like me."
You can't expect to win every single battle, but love's worth fighting for, and if you're brave and courageous and never quit, you can come out a winner. Which I think that's a good sentiment.
If he means it like holistically, like you'll come out a winner in life.
Yeah, not as a stalk the girl until she finally agrees to date you, but like love's worth fighting for.
Or they make a Netflix special about it.
Yeah, but like in the general sense of love's worth fighting for, and you have to be courageous and brave, and if you do that, then you're a winner.
And honorable, blah, blah, blah.
In that way, it's good. But in the way Brock's saying it, where he thinks he's good at love, no, you're not, Brock.
So the gang's going to say goodbye to Trixie now.
Yeah, Azumarill's secret is out. And so now she's happy and not a diva anymore, apparently. I don't know what loving the Golduck has to do with sipping martinis in a beach chair, but okay.
Oh, love does crazy things.
Yeah.
So Brock will fly to Trixie at a moment's notice, even if she calls collect. They have collect in the Pokemon world.
A joke that is not going to be understood by anybody watching it new today.
It was a payphone
new generations. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Totodile is pondering life over the lake, wondering, will he ever find love? What is his true purpose in life? But it pans down. No, there's just a quagsire with a bow. He's in love again.
Oh, great. We got a Pokemon that acts like Brock, Misty says.
He found a new girlfriend.
Brock is cheering him on, and then the gang runs after Totodile.
Which both in the Japanese and English, they refer to Totodile as a guy in this section.
Ah.
So Totodile has a gender confirmed as a he, yeah.
Well, that matches up with our literary hour.
Well, we're not finished. We're not finished.
What? We're not?
No.
What?
Brock encourages him to go until he wins her. And then we get a good narrator bit that I pulled because I thought it was nice. He says, "Today, everyone, especially Totodile, learned that courage, persistence, and passion are the only surefire ways to success. They'll need plenty of all three as they continue their perilous journey on to the Johto League." And that's the episode.
Oh, you just like that because he said Johto League, finally.
Well, that too, but I also like the, learned that courage, persistence, and passion are the only surefire ways to success. It's a good lesson.
It's just about the pedantic phrasing.
It's a good lesson for kids.
Okay, literary
now,
hour?
Yeah, give me a book.
Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, no.
Remember Pepe Le Pew?
I've never watched anything with him, but I know that he's like a creep, kind of.
Oh, not really. Well, I mean, yeah, by today's standards. But
doesn't he always, like, get his comeuppance? Wasn't that kind of the thing?
Like, kind of. He's a skunk who is, like, in love with this cat, and he's just, like, this, like, over-the-top French skunk who's like, "I must have you. I am in love with you. Oh, you're so pretty." Yeah, and he's chasing this cat. Because the cat always somehow ends up with a stripe on her, so he thinks she's a skunk. And that's like the recurring joke. They're kind of funny. Yeah, like they didn't age that well. But this is the trope is called the chivalrous pervert, who's like the smooth ladies man, but who's like actually kind of a creep. Like, so James Bond would be a good example of this.
Really?
Right? Just like super horny, always trying to pick up ladies, but for some reason it's seen as sort of chivalrous. And another kind of a spin on this could be when people are like obsessive in love. So this is a trope that's actually usually done with an obsessive female stalker. Like a classic one would be Misery. The movie was starring Kathy Bates. It's a Stephen King novel about the woman who's like obsessed with an author. So she like kidnaps him and tortures him and stuff. So, yeah, that's a fun comparison.
Throw in Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah. Leisure Suit Larry is a chivalrous pervert.
Thinks he's smooth. He's really just gross, but he thinks he's
Nailed
like
it.
big ladies man. So,
but he's horrible.
Yeah. But that's the point. Like, he never gets what he wants.
Yeah.
There's the lesson there. All right. Let's rate it and get out of here, shall we?
Okay, 4-part time. What do we got?
First category will be the animation. There's some good things in here.
Well, we have a lot of nice water animation, right? With the different tricks that both Pokemon are doing.
And like Totodile gets a lot of love animation, big hard eyes, stuff like that. And there's the
that is
slow
so
motion
fun.
love run.
The slow motion love run.
There's a lot of good stuff in here, I would say.
No real Sakuga as we talk about, but
lots of good
nice
bits and
little
pieces.
touches. Yeah, nice
Yeah.
little bits. Sure.
Okay,
this isn't a huge animation one for me though. I'll go 6.3.
I was thinking a little high. I'm gonna go flat 7.
Ooh, flat 7.
So that's a 6.65. And final category of the day will be the originality of the episode.
Ooh, well, we haven't had a we've had Pokemon in Love episodes, sort of, but not like one of the main line Pokemon. Not one of the companion Pokemon. Not in like a parallel to Brock like this. Brock like
except that Golduck
coaching him.
We got that
have
big Golduck
various
episode.
Yeah, Golduck, and we've seen various circus kind of things before.
So there's actually not a lot.
But just the core plot though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
It was kind of cliche though. Like you could see what was happening from a mile away.
Yeah, we had another fucking cabin in the middle of nowhere.
True.
Yeah, another circus. We've seen like multiple circuses.
Yeah, this is kind of hurting my score. 4.9.
Yeah, it's rough on that aspect. 3.5.
Okay.
So it's 4.2 for that.
Nailed it.
5.425 overall. So
There
slightly above average, but still not great. And that'll do it for this week. Big one this week.
Yeah, all right. That was a triple. We survived. Kellan, what are we doing next week?
Baby, a triple. So next week, it's back to 2, thank goodness. We're going to kick it off with episode 156, Foul Play, or in Japanese, a differently colored Yoru Nozuku! Catch it! !
What a title. A differently colored. Okay.
Yeah, we're getting our introduction to shiny Pokemon next episode. Followed by episode 157, Forest Grumps, or in Japanese, Ringuma Shock!
Ooh, we got bears and owls.
Bears and owls, classic combination.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Like I said earlier in the episode, loving the engagement. If you want to participate in that, you can leave comments on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HydraLeech, or email us at 2killadelibird@gmail.com. We take questions, we'll answer them on the show, that sort of thing. If you would like to, leave a review, auto downloads, whatever, on Spotify, that helps the show as well. And yeah, please spread it around. You can also reach us at Twitter. 2killadelibird is the handle. Intro and outro music is 80s Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan does stuff on TikTok at HydraLeeches. And then also on Twitch. We got twitch.tv/HydraLeech.
So I've been really busy
is that all
lately.
Of them? Did I miss any of them?
No, I think
not a lot of Twitch lately, right?
No, I've been really busy. I was up until 8:30 a.m. the other day from work.
Working.
So that was rough. But
working boy.
Bad news, everybody, about the TikTok. We're like halfway through the Pokemon Green Sprite ranking, but someone had commented, "This is a corny subject, bro." So unfortunately, it's canceled. So yeah.
He got you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what else can you do except for, like, retreat?
Yeah,
like,
I know, right? He tells me it's a corny subject. I'm like, oh, fuck, you're right. I guess that means I have to stop it because this one guy doesn't enjoy it. So it's unfortunate, but, that's how the internet works.
That is how it works. I would really love to know what in his mind would be a great subject. Is it Pokemon Yellow sprites? Is that what it's about? Because Green is a little bit more novel. Sorry, poster.
Yeah. It's, it's just a lesson for everyone out there. If you're on the internet and you come across something that's not your cup of tea, shut the fuck up. Who cares?
No, you should actually tell everybody what you're thinking all the time.
Yeah. Your opinions matter, apparently, all the time.
Apparently.
Whatever. It's the
we don't let this get to us.
No,
right?
I don't. That's why I'm making jokes about it. Oh, no, this one guy thinks it's corny.
Topic,
that means that it's bad and no one likes it. Unfortunate. Okay, bye.
Anyways, everyone go to Kellan's TikTok right now.
And reply to that guy. Reply to that guy. Yeah, it's on part 9. It's on part 9. And tell him to get off the internet. Go touch grass. Tell him to go touch grass.
Smells like shampoo.
Yeah. We're gonna sick our fan base on him.
Go get him. All right, bye.
Bye.
But also don't harass him.
But also, tell him that he's being a dick.
A doo-doo face.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Third time.
Bye.